Welcome to This Mom Life Ain't Easy, where we support moms. So easy to get into adult mode. This is where slowly you slip into survival mode without any fun for you. This looks like taking the kids to the park, going to the grocery, running to the pharmacy, cooking dinner, playing a game you hate to hang with the kids, watching the show your partner wants to watch after dinner. None of these things are wrong. In fact, many of them are just parts of being a responsible adult or being in relationship with others. The problem comes, and the thing that is making you a grumpy mom is when these things are always done at the exclusion of your fun. Most of us moms were taught that voicing your needs, or maybe even having your own needs, is a selfish act and the exact opposite of what a good mother does. Society's idea of a good mom is someone that is selfless, constantly giving, never tires, and is always greeting her people with a smile on her face. And if that feels like something you've aspired to be, either now or in the past, no wonder you're grumpy. I have been there. Let's really explore these parts for just a minute to kind of see. So the first thing is being selfless. So according to dictionary.com, it means concerned more with the needs and wishes of others than with one's own. So in order to be selfless, you must ignore your own needs. The subtle messaging that is unspoken is that a woman's worth is completely tied up in motherhood. Her value as a person is weighed by the happiness of her partner and children. Well, isn't that a heavy burden, Louisa? If you know, you know, right? If you're constantly giving, how are you refilling and refueling? Never tires, so just that idea makes me tired. It's one of the most hurtful things that we tell ourselves because it is more depleting every time our brain throws it up. We are tired. I'm going to suggest that in some ways we can help that. It is at the cornerstone of this whole grumpy mom thing. Last but not least on this list is the idea that somehow mom is always looking on the bright side. And I'm just going to say that's a cluster F, right? I'm going to call that toxic positivity. So if you don't know what that is, according to verywellmind.com, toxic positivity is the belief that no matter how dire or difficult a situation is, people should maintain a positive mindset. It's a good vibes only approach to life. And that doesn't feel good, at all. There's not a single emotion that isn't valid. That includes all the ones that you might have labeled bad at some point. I'm using a lot of air quotes here. We've been taught to stuff down our emotions, especially the ones that are uncomfortable for ourselves or other people. So we mistake avoiding emotions for processing and or thinking our way out of uncomfortable feelings. The feelings don't go away. They get pushed down to be dealt with later. And some people have this materialized in unhealthy coping mechanisms like unhealthy drinking or eating or shopping. And others might even shut down completely. This might be why you are feeling so tight, on edge, angry, or just a plain grumpy mom. You are holding on to all the things that you weren't allowed to feel before, either by those in your past or that's what you're telling yourself now. And fighting your feelings is hard work. You finish each day more and more tired as you continuously choose other people's needs over your own resentment, anger, frustration, and overwhelm continue to build under the surface. And your inner child may come out as these emotions and or others when you just can't take it. Now, there are times to feel mad, sad, glad, disgust, joy, surprise, happy, etc. Each feeling is a communication between the outside world and the inside world. There's a message. ignoring that message doesn't make it go away. And even a bigger issue for me is that it is teaching our kids that emotions aren't safe, that we aren't to be trusted when things feel big. And if we do that, this just keeps that circle going. So my suggestion to you is that we're going to start really, really small. Can you think of something fun? Something that might be just for you. This can be big or little. Can you connect with that inner part of yourself that remembers pure joy, just for joy's sake? This is going to look so different for everyone, and it might feel really silly at first. Now, when you're looking for your joyful thing and you're trying to access fun again, there's a couple of suggestions of parameters I want to put around this exercise. This needs to be something completely silly and fun that connects to a younger, more free version of yourself. This should not be reinforcing an unhealthy habit you use to buffer away your feelings. So for instance, if you drink to cope, then going to a wine bar to relax is not what I'm talking about. So to give you some ideas and get your own mind thinking about this, some of my recent trips into joy were putting music up and dancing, playing Marco Polo in the swimming pool, drawing with my kids, riding a bike for the first time in 10 years, blowing bubbles, playing with Play-Doh, painting and not caring what it looks like. And these are all things I loved doing as a kid that I forgot on my path to being a good adult or a good mom, and I needed to find again. So how will doing something silly help you be less grumpy? Well, in the woo version, you're going to connect to your inner child, your inner wisdom, or your inner voice. The thing that makes you who you are, whichever version of that you're comfortable with. You're going to honor the version of you that isn't a partner or a mom or an employee. And you're going to create some stillness where there hasn't been, where there's only been productivity and action and doing and fulfilling and trying to meet other people's needs. And you're going to be able to, maybe even for the first time in a long time, see that you have needs and they are important and that you are an important individual all on your own. But the great news is you're going to start that by just having fun. See if that helps you be a less grumpy mom. See you next time.